It's a hungry world out there.
Good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, and every one of you listening in Radio Land. I am CJ, and this is Real FM 91.9 and 91.5. We are broadcasting from Main Street Cities in historic St. Patrick. Good morning.
Good morning, CJ. Good morning to the nation.
Good morning, and how are you?
I'm okay, bless.
Good, good. Good, good. Go ahead with your
Yeah, okay, thank you. The mighty God, even the Lord, had spoken and called the earth from the rising of the sun unto the setting down, the going down thereof. Father, this morning, like the Lord declare, from the rising of the sun to the going down of the same, your name is worthy to be praised. Your name is worthy to be hallowed. We exalt you this morning. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in times of trouble. Therefore we not fear though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea. God, we just want to thank you this morning because we know you are God all by yourself and you are in control of every situation in our lives. We are so thankful this morning for the rain because even we had some very hot days and we were hearing that there were heat waves and so on because there was not much rain coming. And this morning, God, we can truly say we are awake to see and to hear the raindrops falling down on our rooftop. And I know that's going to help to alleviate some of the heat, Lord. So, God, you are good because the rain to fall on the just and the unjust. You're not an unfair God. You're a merciful God, and you're so good to us that sometimes we say we do not even deserve your goodness. We do not deserve your mercy, but because your very nature is to be good and to be lovely and to be kind and to be just that mighty God you are. And we just want to give you thanks this morning for the rain. Sometimes we tend to think of these things are insignificant, but if there's no rain, we won't have water. There will be no life. There will be no vegetation. And God, we thank you this morning in a simple way to return to say thanks for the rain that you're sending. And I pray to be throughout our Tri-Island state this morning. And Lord, we thank you for waking us up in our right mind. We didn't have to get up today. And sometimes when we get up, we fail to recognize who you are and all that you have done for us. We fail to even lift our head and say, thank you, Lord, for making me see a new day. We go about life like if we are in charge. But God, you said, our life, what is our life? It's like a vapor, it appears and then it disappears. It's like a flower. It comes out so beautiful in the morning. But as soon as the heat pass across it, Lord, it soon wither and die. So God help us to see that we are nothing without you. We are empty. And God help us to recognize that we need to come to you day after day and ask for your mercy, ask for your pardon, ask for your forgiveness where we would have transgressed against you and against your law. So this morning I understand in the gap and ask you to forgive us for our sinful habits and our sinful nature. Forgive us, Lord, when we fail to love each other. Forgive us, Lord, when we fail to help when there's an opportunity for us to help. And God, even sometimes when there's opportunity for us to elevate somebody else, sometimes instead of elevating them, pushing them up, Lord, we tend to want to push them down deeper into whatever form or situation they might be in. And God, so many times we do that as human beings because we always want to be in charge or want to be at the top, even if we have to do it to dirty means. And God, this morning, I pray today that you'll elevate somebody who would have been feeling in that situation and they feel down, they feel that no one cares, nobody concerned about them. God, this morning, help them to recognize that you care, you love so much that you send your only son. And whosoever believe in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. God, reach out this morning. There's somebody who might want to touch at the point of their knees. They want to give up. They need a breakthrough in their life, in their situation, in their circumstances this morning. I pray that, Lord, you would intervene for them. You would cause them to know that you are still God and you change it not. You care for them even as you care for the sparrow and the birds of the field. They say they toil not, neither they gather in barns, but Lord, you in your heavenly wisdom, you feed them and you clothe them. And God, you even remind us that not one of them fall to the ground except you allow it. So, Lord, if you care for the sparrow and the birds and the lilies of the field, even we recognize that Solomon in all of his glory was not arrayed like one of those beautiful lilies in the field. And God help us to know this morning, those who might be going through difficult situation, you might say, where's my next dollar coming from? My children have to go to school and there's so much lack because I don't have a job or because situation didn't work out as it should have. And they want to throw their hands in the air and even some people want to put a rope in their neck because of sometimes frustration, depression, God. This morning, if I pray that you would just help me to take a picture from the Psalms. I will lift up my eyes unto the hill from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord who make heaven and the earth. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, they that dwell therein. Help them to recognize this morning that you are there. You are a provider. You said you would be a father to the fatherless. You would be, comfort to those who are in need today. So, God, I pray, even in the midst of our situation, our circumstances, Lord, we would look up and we'd even say, Lord, I am not worthy. But you said, come. And I'm coming this morning in faith, standing in the gap and believing that you're going to supply every need. You're going to provide. You're going to lift that person out of that depressive state. Lord and God, you're going to make a way where there seems to be no way. Sometimes we don't see the way out. But God, sometimes before the day, somebody might say, miss this or miss that. I brought you this. Or I bless you with that because I have so much. So God, we are in us going and we are a good, loving set of people, Lord. And God, we might have our shortcoming, but I know we care for each other, Lord. And I pray this morning that you're going to provide for all our students as they return to school in the next week. You're going to provide their uniforms, their bus fees, and so many things that they might need this morning. And there might some parents saying, I don't send them out because I don't have this and that. But God, you are able. And we just continue to trust you. We just continue to believe in you. God, I pray for so many people who are suffering from different forms of sicknesses and diseases, Lord. This morning, I want to pray for healing. I pray for your restoration over their life. I pray that they will take one step of faith, even as the man, Jesus said, when the man was saying, Jesus of Nazareth, have mercy upon me. Jesus of Nazareth, have mercy upon me. And he will say, what did you want? And he said that I might receive my sight. And you put your hands over his eyes and the scales come off and he was able to see and he went about glorifying God. So just call out in the quietness of your moment. You said, be still and know I'm God. I'll be exalted among the nation. I'll be exalted among the people. Show yourself mighty and strong to this. Somebody who might be discouraged and just need a special urge this morning. I pray that the paraclesis of your Holy Spirit, the comforter, you said you will not leave us alone. You will send the comforter. And I know the comforter is here. He will teach us and lead us and direct us in all truths this morning. So I pray this morning that you would minister to somebody, even in the deepest point of their needs, where they need a breakthrough, Lord. I'm standing in the gap this morning for them, that you're going to make them to know that you are awesome and you are the great Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides. Father God, today we pray and thank you for our children. We thank you for the vacation is winding down, and God, we haven't heard of much incidents or accidents or fire or stuff with our children, God. We thank you for your protection over them. And God, even as they prepare to go back again, I just pray that you renew their mind and help them to know education is a important thing. And God, that they would prepare their lives and they would go back there and, make the best of the opportunity. I was so blessed yesterday to see so many children went out to register at the college because of the free education that is offered. And, many of our children did not go to college, but they now have an awesome opportunity, Lord. I pray that you continue to help them to be focused and to know what they want to do to make something of their lives in the future, Lord. So I pray that you would meet every need and you would supply every desire of their heart. But most of all, God, I want to pray that our youth full population would recognize their need for you. They recognize that you are their help. Many of them would have come out again with so many subjects and good, excellent passes. We want to give you thanks. Our children would have done well. And even those who might not have done their best, but God, they still have opportunity, because once you have life and there's opportunity before you, the sky could be the limit. So God, we pray over them, pray over their minds, pray over their bodies, pray over their spirit. Pray that the very intellect, they would learn to submit themselves to you. They recognize that they can make life without the help of God. So whatever religion they belong to, whatever Christian values they would have had and have been inculcating their lives, Lord, we see that our young people are so far removed. The disrespect and the things you see sometimes, the way they act and the attitude. But I'm praying for them, Lord. You don't condemn them. I'm praying that, Lord, they would turn around. They would get people who could encourage them. And they would get rid of those friends who are going to bring them nowhere. Sometimes we will stay with friends and peers that does not add any value to our life. I pray that they will help to be able to cipher them, make a decision to, I want to achieve this. And if they are friends, another person that are just being there to hinder them, Lord, they will just have the strength to say, yes, I love you. You're my body, but I need to let go sometime and move on. It's seeking the highest good of yourself, the highest good of each other. But sometimes there are some friends you just have to drop off, because they say evil come up, evil companions corrupt good morals. Sometimes you're a morally good person, but because of the friends you have, that sometimes could make you become a different person. So, Lord, I'm praying over our children. I pray purpose. I pray destiny for them, that, Lord, they will be successful, they will arise, and they will be a great voice in this nation, our young generation, be able to take this country forward. I pray for discipline. I pray for, all that they would need. And most of all, I pray that they will go back to the spiritual aspect. Man is not just physical, intellectual. You need that spiritual, that spiritual man of you. God made you to have a relationship with him. God made you for fellowship. God made you for a purpose. Sometimes we think the spiritual part of our life is, that's religion, this is that. But God is not only just going to church, but having that daily contact with you, being able to say, God, this morning you wake up and I'm thankful. Lord, help me in my endeavors. What I put my hands to do, help me to be successful. The recipe is seek first, and then all other things will be added. So, Lord, I pray that you cover our children, cover our nation, cover those in authority, Lord, even as they make decisions, Lord. Pray for wisdom, pray for knowledge, for our Prime Minister's cabinet, the opposition on the cabinet. Lord, we continue to pray for peace and unity in our country, that will build a beautiful country. And God, most of all, you would help us through all the difficulties we would be experiencing and would have experienced. God, we thank you and we give you praise this morning, because you alone deserve the glory. In Jesus' name, amen and amen.
Thank you very much. Wow.
You're welcome.
I think everybody's covered this morning. In your prayers, I think everyone is covered. So everything good with you?
Right. Yes, for the time.
Okay. I'll talk to you later then.
Okay, bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You gotta be careful. How you move when you're moving. Which direction you going. You gotta be careful.
It is 13 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour, and I'd like to say good morning to the people that are on live so far. We have Errol Bonaparte, good morning. McSween Belfon, Alban Harris, Gemma Warwood, good morning. Claude Abraham, Jerome Lewis, Kristen Otley, and Carol Belfon. Let's also say good morning to Keith Sylvan, Lindona George, Miss Job, Odain Subis, good morning. The Cashew Tree Crew, Swans, good morning. Glen family, Khalees family, the Hill Street family. Jester, good morning wherever you are. I know that you're listening. NP, good morning. Cynthia Alexis, the Dade family out there in Toronto. Maureen Rush, Cheryl Rush, Danae Cyrus, the whole crew of my peeps out there in Toronto. I know that you guys are checking in. Annie, good morning. And Lorna, good morning. Hey guys, you are in Spice Country. These are two of my peeps, and I'm feeling really, really good to have you around. So enjoy.
If you do, when you're doing it, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
RENDEC, Community Partnership Initiative.
The classrooms that were refurbished as a result of this project really were not conducive to installing ICT into the classroom. Many of the windows were not functional. The security to the actual rooms themselves were insufficient. At the Maribor campus, the roof was also termite infested. The college is extremely appreciative.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantimel in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself, a taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Seasons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Seasons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Seasons. Seasons. Express your style with Color by Seasons.
The Grenada Tourism Authority, GTA, invites all tourism operators to apply for the renewal of license to operate in the industry under the GTA Act No. 42 of 2013 and the Tourism and Beach Vending Act No. 18 of 2001. Renewal of license will commence on August 21, 2023 and continue through to September 22, 2023. These tourism operators include taxi drivers, tour operators, tourism attraction operators, water sport operators, car rental operators, tourist guides. Accommodations includes hotel, villas, guest houses, apartments and cottages. Tourist vendors at Grandin's Craft and Spice Market, Monroe's Beach, Melville Street, Fort Frederick, Annandale Waterfall, Grand Tang National Park, Concord Waterfall, and Bathway. Stakeholders can apply for renewal of the license Mondays to Fridays between the hours of 8 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. at the Grenada Tourism Authority's Quality Assurance Department, Burns Point, St. George. The GTA is working with stakeholders to develop the tourism industry in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. For more information, contact the Quality Assurance Department at telephone number 440-2001 or 440-2872. Or you can email at www.puregrenada.com/quality-assurance. And we are back, and I think we have Drumsticks online. Good morning to you, Drumsticks.
Hello, good morning, TJ. How are you?
I am good, thank you.
Okay. I'm reading from the Word of God, John chapter 1. That which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which we have seen with our own eyes, which we have looked upon, and our hands have handled of the words of life. For the life was manifest, and we have seen it, and bear witnesses to show unto you that eternal life, which was with the Father, and was manifest unto us. That which we have seen and heard declare we unto you, that he also may have fellowship with us. And truly our fellowship is with the Father, and with the Son, Jesus Christ. This is the end of the scripture reading.
Thank you very much. Everything good with you?
Yes, for the time.
Good. Everybody okay, including
Yes.
Olive?
Yeah, Olive, all right. Everybody all right.
Good. Have yourself
Just
a great
had
day.
rain this morning.
Sorry?
A little rain this morning.
Yeah, well, that's from
Yes.
the heat we had yesterday. We needed to cool down.
Yes, couldn't be heat.
Yes. Alrighty, you take care
nice.
now. Okay, bye-bye. We're now going to check with the MBIA to see what they have in store for us this morning weather-wise.
I say we have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
And we do have Jonathan Price from the Maurice Bishop International Airport this morning. Good morning to you, Jonathan.
Good morning to you and good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Tuesday, the 29th of August, 2023, as recorded at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. It is currently cloudy with winds coming from the east at 13 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1014.5 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature is 26.9 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 91%. Yesterday's maximum was 32.3 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 25.6 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 2.6 millimeters of rainfall was recorded, which brings the total for the month to 96.5 millimeters. And now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique rather for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be cloudy, becoming partly cloudy at times, with scattered light to moderate showers, some heavy and isolated thunder. Hence, there is a warning for a medium chance of flash flood in areas so prone. Today's maximum will be 30.5 degrees Celsius with winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 13 to 20 miles per hour, gusting higher with showers. Seas will be slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. Low tide will be at 8:30 a.m. and high tide at 2:30 p.m. Sunset will be at 6:21 and sunrise at 5:58. Just to repeat the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique rather for today and tonight, the weather is expected to be cloudy, becoming partly cloudy at times, with scattered light to moderate showers, some heavy and isolated thunder. Hence, there is a warning for a medium chance of flash flood in areas so prone. From the forecast desk at Maurice Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Do take caution.
Thank you so much, Jonathan, and yourself. You have a great day yourself. And there you have it. We have a break from that heat wave that we had yesterday, but we have some other warnings. So pay attention to what they said at the Met Office and follow the rules.
The cleanliness in life is gone. It's only vice and corruption that's going on. Staying alive, trying to survive, that is how it is today. So as you go along your way, you got to be careful. You got to be careful.
Good morning to Faithlyn. Hallie Douglas, good morning to Hillary and your brother. Good morning to you guys. Hope things are working out for you the way you want to at the moment. Good morning to Natalia John. Baby Daddy, good morning. Shirley Scarrett, good morning. Adrian Watts, good morning. My friend Lena John, haven't heard from you for a while, good morning. Miss Matheson, good morning. Kenro, good morning. Miss Ferguson, good morning. Hope everything is okay with you. School is almost back into action next week, and parents are out there getting uniforms and books. That is the rate that is going on right now. Everybody you talk to, I have to go get shirts, I have to go get skirts, I've got to get pants, books, and everything. So while you're out there doing it, be careful. Pay attention to the traffic as you go along, because your mind is in different directions right now. You want to be there to send your children back to school, and kids, or children, sorry, I don't want to say the words kids, but children. When you get yourself ready for school, put yourself in the frame of mind that you're going to go in there come next week and do the best that you possibly can. It is Mental Health Tuesday. I am alone today. Jester has deserted me, but that's A-okay. So I'm hoping that you all are going to call and participate in whatever I'm going to talk about this morning. This morning, the topic is going to be about suicide and people with suicidal thoughts. Yesterday, news reached us that there was a teenager that almost was trying to commit suicide in the telescope area. And if you don't know the meaning of suicide, it is someone trying to take their own life. It is a tragic reaction to a stressful life situation. And all the more tragic, all the more tragic because suicide can be prevented. So this is my topic this morning, suicide. And we see more and more that younger people are getting involved in that frame, suicide. It says it can be prevented, and today we are going to see or talk about ways in which we can help a child, an adult, a young adult, anyone that is going through a tough time. So, like I said yesterday, a young woman who tried to commit suicide at Telescope Beach. Fortunately, she was saved by a good passerby Samaritan. And so that leads us to believe that we need to speak more about the pressures that our teens and young people are facing to prevent what we learned about yesterday. So that comes compliment of Stanley Charles. Good morning to you, Stanley, if you're listening, because he's the one that sent us this story. He covered it and sent it to us. So it is something difficult that we have to go through. And I talk again and I said, parents, we have to start talking more and more to our children. He says, whether you're considering suicide or know someone who feels suicidal, learn the suicidal warnings and how to reach out for immediate help and professional treatment. You may save a life. It could be your own or someone else's. It may seem that there is no way to solve your problem and that suicide is the only way to end the pain, but you can take steps to stay safe and start enjoying life again. And for immediate help, if you're feeling overwhelmed by thoughts of not knowing or wanting to leave, or you're having urges to attempt suicide, you can get help now. And I mean, you can really get help. There is a number that you can call for suicide prevention. It is 573 STOP, which is 573-7867. It is there for you to call if you're feeling like you want to take your own life or you're feeling that you want to do something terrible. Please call that line. It is in effect. Because we see more and more and more young people, as I said before, are going through a tough time. And this is it. We had, as far as I know, about 4 suicides already. And yesterday, that was an attempted one. And there's nothing to say that the young woman that tried to take her life isn't going to try it again. Somebody stopped her yesterday. But that does not mean that she may not try it again. Or if there are some people out there that is thinking about it, that we can, go into their minds and see what they're thinking in their mind's eye and see what they're thinking and try to stop them. We have to see the signs or follow the signs of what the young people or people in general are trying to do to themselves to harm themselves. Now, we just had the results from the CXC exams. And I'm not saying, and don't quote me, I don't know, I'm not saying that this is what happened. But it could be a case where that child may have done her exams and did not do very well as expected. And it could be that her parent or parents must have said, I spent all this money on you to do all these subjects, and this is what you come with. She did not do, or he did not do as well as the parents wanted to. That is putting added pressure on a child. They already have the pressure of knowing that they did not do well on their own. And then we get that added pressure now that, okay, you did not do well, so you waste my money. And that alone could send someone into a tailspin and make them consider taking their life. I'm not saying that this is what happened. I'm saying this could be a scenario as to what could take place. I've seen it. I talk to people that were going through things like that, the pressure from parents to do better, and even though they didn't do well, and what they tell them kind of send them off into that zone of, okay, I'm not good enough for my parent because I didn't do well, so maybe I could take myself out. We as parents have to be really, really, really careful how we talk to our children and what we say to them. Last week, conversation was about children and parents, and it seems as though every week I have to come up with something in reference to it because our children are being bombarded by a lot of negatives these days. And we are trying to put a spin on it to see if they can be there's a positive spin on it, that they can be confident, that they can take their life into their own hand, not that kind of life, but the life that they have into their own hand and do better than going the other way of taking themselves out. Now, there's some symptoms of suicide. The warning signs of suicide and thoughts include talking about it. For example, making statements such as, I'm going to kill myself. I wish I was dead. I wish I hadn't been born. These are things and statements that people make that we have to take very seriously. Sometimes in passing, people might say that and you might think, oh, they're joking. Do not take it as a joke. This is a cry for help. So if you hear people or anybody saying this, do not just pass it and let it just go in the back of your head and say, that. Pay attention. Because if they keep saying it, they say it once, they say it twice, say it 3 times, believe me, they are going to put it into action. It says getting the means to take your own life, such as buying a gun or stockpiling pills, withdrawing from social contact and wanting to be left alone. These are the symptoms of suicide. Having mood swings, such as being emotionally high one day and deeply discouraged the next. Being preoccupied with death, dying, or violence. Feeling trapped or hopeless about a situation. Increasing use of alcohol or drugs. Changing normal routine, including eating or sleeping patterns. Doing risky or self-destructive things such as using drugs and driving recklessly. These are some of the symptoms that we have to pay attention to when people are becoming suicidal. And sometimes they don't say anything. These are the dangerous ones. They don't say anything at all. They just do it. Another set of symptoms are you start giving away belongings or getting affairs in order when there is no logical explanation for doing so. So it's all of a sudden I'm here and everybody look at me as I'm okay. And then all of a sudden I start giving away my belongings, giving away things. Or going to lawyers and so start making preparation for what you have to give it away or so. This is another sign. And you start saying goodbye to people as if you won't even see them again. These are things that we really, really have to pay attention to when you see people doing these things. And it may not seem as though it is important that it may seem trivial to you, but this is one way that we can help someone that has those thoughts. It is getting too much for us to not pay attention to what's going on around us. A year ago or so, we weren't hearing about people taking their lives in this sort of way. It's becoming a common thing now, and that's supposed to ring alarm bells to people, the community, the country, putting out more things for people to get more help. People are frustrated. They don't know where to turn. And you and I may feel that we are strong enough to deal with it, but think about those that are not strong-minded or they are not strong-willed to go ahead and say, this too shall pass, and I will make it. We are losing too many of our young people by suicide. I'll take a commercial break and we should be right back.
Credit Union, you're fine.
Oasis Pet and Garden, located in Westerhall, St. David's, has supplies for all your pets, fish, cats, dogs, and bird supplies, including bird food, cages, shampoos, soaps, and much more. Also available are agricultural products such as rat poisons, fertilizers, garden sprinklers, insecticides, and vegetable seeds. Wholesale prices available on selected items. Open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thinking about your pet or garden? Give us a call. Contact 403-7379 or 437-3532. Email oasisgrenada1@gmail.com. Oasis Pet and Garden, a home for farmers.
Prepare for hurricane. Prepare for hurricane. Make sure you have your radio and your batteries too. Waterproof flashlight candles will do thin stuff. Garbage bag, first aid kit. Come on, people, make sure you have it. Clean water in a container and a hurricane plan. Hear me, no man.
Hurricane damage is beyond your control. Surviving the aftermath is up to you. Have a hurricane plan. It can save your life and your family too.
Prepare for hurricane. Your hair, prepare for hurricane.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and coming soon, our Grandstand sub-office. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, your financial security is guaranteed. M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&N Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&N Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
And we are back. Oh, I am back, not we, just it's not here today. Forgot to say good morning to you, Mona. How are you? Just to tell me to tell you good morning, by the way. Wherever he is, he's saying good morning to you also. So, we're talking about suicide. And the number to call is 442-0175. I'm by myself today, and I need your participation because as we see, and we all know that suicide is on the rise in our little island here. And don't get me wrong, it's not only in Grenada that this is taking place. It's in Barbados, it is in England, it's in the US. They said over 30,000 people in the US commit suicide yearly. That's a lot of people. But I'm concentrating on our island here. We are small. We're just a dot on the world map. And if this is a trend that is going to continue, we are going to lose a lot of our young people. As I say, the future of our nation. We have to pay attention and take care of those. So it says here, developing personality changes or being severely anxious or agitated, particularly when experiencing some of the warning signs listed above. Warning signs aren't always obvious, and they may vary from person to person. Some people make their intentions clear, while others keep suicidal thoughts and feelings a secret. When should we see a doctor? If you're feeling suicidal but aren't immediately thinking of hurting yourself. So some of us are cognizant of that we are going through certain things. We haven't reached this stage yet where we are trying to harm ourselves. So we should get in touch with a doctor, or you can reach out to a close friend, a loved one, even though it may be a bit hard to talk about it. You can contact your minister in your church or a spiritual leader or someone in your faith community. Or again, call the suicide hotline. You can make an appointment with your doctor or other health care provider or mental health profession. Suicidal thinking doesn't get better on its own. It needs help. So we need to get help. We can request appointments with people that we have. You don't have to request to speak appointment to speak to your friend if things are not going your way. But I always say that you have to get a support system, a good support system, someone or people that can help you, people that are in your corner, that when things are not going right with you or you're feeling that everything is not okay, you can call those people. As I say, you can call them and have your powwow. You can say what it is that's on your mind. Sometimes it's something that you can talk about and get rid of it. Others, you have to go a bit higher. You have to seek professional help. The number again is 442-0175. Call the number. I need your feedback on this because it is getting to be an epidemic in our little island, suicide. And you know, when you hear somebody commit suicide, everybody gets on the bandwagon and they call, oh, why this happened? This should have been done, and so. Think about it now. Instead of we crying when we see someone kill themselves, we are in the community, we are wrong people every day. according to someone, put on your glasses and see, filter around what's going on. You can see people that are depressed. You can see people that are walking in space. And they are not mentally gone as yet. They are just struggling. Try speaking. Try engaging them in conversation and see what you think is going on. There are a lot of pressures on young people these days. A lot of pressure. Because they're at the stage where they're confused about a whole lot of situations, a whole lot of things that are going on in their life. Engage them. Point them to where they can get help. We have social workers. We have the hotline. We have schools. We have teachers. If you don't feel comfortable talking to your parents or talking to a friend, your teacher is supposed to be your next best friend because you are there with them every day for 8 hours or so a day. You should build a rapport with them, and they should be able to help you. You should be able to go to them and speak to them freely about things that are bothering you. Don't be afraid, because you might be saving your life. You might be saving the life of someone else. So suicidal thoughts have many causes. Most often, suicidal thoughts are the result of feeling like you can't cope when you're faced with what seems to be an overwhelming life situation. If you don't have hope for the future, you may mistakenly think suicide is a solution. You may experience a sort of tunnel vision where in the middle of a crisis, you believe suicide is the only way out. There also may be a genetic link to suicide. People who are completely suicidal or who have suicidal thoughts or behavior are more likely to have a family history of suicide. So here it's saying, sometimes people in your family before you previously have committed suicide. It is genetic. And it's only may say, well, how could that be? But our genes tells us a whole lot about our future. When we think about things that you see around you, and you see some people, you're wondering, well, why would they be that way? But that genes of yours, you may think that, okay, that ain't happening to me. But that little thing that passed from person to person to person to person, genes is what play a big part in it. I may look like my mother, and somebody else may look like the father. This is genes, and you may have two children. One look exactly like the mom, one look exactly like the father in the characteristics and everything. This is where the genes come in. So if you have people that were suicidal before, you may have inherited that gene, and you too may have suicidal thoughts. But like I said, there is help. We can find the help if we need it. There are a lot of information out there on suicide and how to prevent ourselves from going through that deadly thing. And just in case, a lot of us may not know, for those of us who have insurance policies, this is something that we need to think about. A lot of us has insurance policies, but did you know that if you have an insurance policy and you committed suicide, the money that you have to pay out to somebody, they are not going to get it? Insurance do not pay out monies to people, to the people that left behind for people that committed suicide. So if you are there and you're thinking, okay, I have that insurance policy, when I die, they're going to get it, only if you die the natural way, not if you commit suicide. So if you have your loved ones and you're thinking that way out and you have an insurance policy, it won't make any sense. There are a lot of things that we do and we think about that we don't really go deep into it. And now is the time when you have to really think about a lot of things that you're doing or what you're planning to do. The risk factors of suicide. Although attempted suicide is more frequent for women, men are more likely than women to complete suicide because they typically use more lethal methods such as a firearm. Now you have to wonder, well, how come? Well, they say women more frequently. And if you go back to the few times or the few weeks or months ago that you saw about people committing suicide, 3 or 4 of the people that committed suicide that I know of in Grenada are women. The young lady that attempted suicide yesterday, again, female version. What is it in our brain as women that is causing us to go that route? Is it because we are the weaker vessel, or we are the nurturing type? What is it? People, there's help out there. We don't have to go through this on our own. Really and truly, we don't have to go through it on our own. If you need to talk to someone, find someone to talk to. You cannot be alone going through whatever it is that you're going through. There is help out there, and I keep saying it. There is help out there. There is a line that you can call, 437-STOP, or 437-7867. Call that line if you're feeling suicidal, or if you're feeling that you need to speak to someone. Call, because death is not the answer. Taking your life is not the answer. It may sound good to you at the moment that you don't want to be around to hear anything that anybody else has to say. But it is not the be-all and end-all of anything, especially your life. Good morning to Laurel Courtney, Teresa Joseph, Anne-Marie Celestin Grant. Good morning to Miss Matheson. I need you all to call, please. I said I'm alone. Jester is not here. Call. I need your feedback on this. We'll go to a commercial break and we shall be right back.
Soon it will be back to school, and K&R Bookstore offers you an open invitation to visit and cash in on all your school supplies going at bargain prices. You can't afford to miss out on this. Notebooks, markers, geometry sets, pens, pencils, pocket folders, binders, planners, Play-Doh, crayons, acrylic glue in a variety of colors, finger paint, watercolors, water paint, kindergarten storybooks, jumbo coloring books, and more. Buy one, get one free. Prices to suit your pocket. Check us out for all your back-to-school needs. K&R Bookstore and Stationery, 231-3500 at the corner of Young and Scott Streets. Back to school.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and regional cricket tournaments. Additionally, they made it possible for you, the public, to view local, regional, and international tournaments from the comfort of your homes. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pocket every month. Plus, now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be
Careful. I'm back. So, yes, suicide and, young people. It says men commit suicide more violent than women. I think we have a call. Let me see if I can take it. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
Yeah, hold on. CG, good morning.
Good morning.
How's St. Patrick?
St. Patrick is always great. We're good.
Great?
Yes, we're good.
So that means better than how it was when we left over there, was?
It's always. I just says always.
Always great.
Yes.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, CJ, the topic is more about suicide. CJ, I've been one of the deadly killer is silent.
Mm-hmm.
When you going through difficulties and you keep it for yourself, you sometimes I will tell yourself, well, I going through that for myself, but nobody want to help me. But how would people know if you don't reach out and talk to people let them know what you're going through? So it's important when you're going through difficulties, let people know. Sometimes someone might went through the same difficulties that you went through, and because they get help, and how they get help is because they speak out, and people reach out and people help them. So it's important when people going through difficulty in the difficult times and they keep it for themselves, it is not good. So when you are going through difficulty and you let people know what you're going through, then you get help. So many times people will say, well, how the person will not know? But some people, they could keep things for a long time and you can hardly go detect it. So I call them, everyone have problems. But then there's a saying, you are not an island, you cannot solve a problem for yourself, you need someone to help you, right? And there are a lot of people in Greater Caribbean, Petit Martinique, willing to help. But that help will only come when you reach out. When people when you reach out and let people know what you're going through. But Sister CJ, that is important to reach out to people and let them know. Tackle, tackle, because sometimes see a testimony. It could be a great encouragement for someone who going through any situation. Because remember the story with a man who had one grain of fig, and he said to himself, "Well, boy, that's all that I had," and he said that's all that he has. And then so when he eat a fig, he go and kill himself. And CJ, when he ate a fig and he throw the skin on the ground, and next man pick up his skin and eat it. I know what happened to that man. He said, "Well, when I think bad with me, there is thing worse in people."
Mm-hmm.
So see how important that you could share your problem to people. And when you share your problem with people, people get help. If they cannot help you, but they know someone who may help them when they was in the same situation that that person in right now. So it's important for other people to share the problem they are going through to others, and they will get help. But when you keep it for yourself, it make it matters worse.
Thank you.
That's my.
Thank you so very much. And what he says is absolutely true. If we don't speak, no one is going to know what we are going through. Let me say good morning to Evan Roberts, Pat, Keep James, good morning. Also good morning to Pat Pear. Hope that everything is A-okay with you. The number here to call is 442-0175. And as he says, as the gentleman said just now, if you don't speak, no one is going to know what is going on with you. Please do not suffer in silence. Because this alone, suffering in silence alone is killing you as it is. Before you commit the suicide, you're already dying inside. Do not suffer in silence. Speak. There is people out there that are willing to help. Good morning to Coffee in the Morning. How are you? Hope all is well with you and Mama and Cass and everybody else. Speak about it. It's not going to go away. It says you may be at risk of suicide if you attempted suicide before. We have another caller. Let's take it. Good morning.
Good morning, Claire.
Good morning, Mona. How are you?
One day at a time.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
God
yeah.
for rain.
Yes, yes.
Because of the heat.
Mhm.
Just whatsoever you is good morning. Claire.
Yes.
You know, most of the time you see people acting in a funny way.
Mm-hmm.
And you may ask a question. And the people sometimes in the community say you're too fast. You're minding people business. But you see a difference between that person, how they was before, and what they doing now. The best thing is to try to get somebody to counsel them.
Mm-hmm.
Counsel them. Parents, teachers, friends, neighbors. Look out for our children. Our children's behavior today is not like yesterday, and putting parents in a lot of pressure. Because if that young lady had done what she wanted to do, parents, parents have to face it. And the situation in this world today is not nice. Grenada, we need a lot of prayer. We need the churches, the prayer warriors to come out and pray for this nation. He had some who praying. But pray to God and not to man. Look to him for direction. Young people, if you are frustrated, you go to school talk to your teacher. Talk to somebody. It may not be your friend, but try something to see if you could get help. And things may work out. Claire, have a blessed day.
Thanks, Mona.
God bless you.
You too. Take care. Yes, so this is what Mona has to say. And the two callers that we had so far, they are bang on. Think about it. Really think about it. That young lady that was on the beach yesterday in Telescope, with a rope in her neck, would like to say thank you to the fisherman who passed by that earlier of the morning and saw her and removed that rope that was hanging around her neck for her to take herself out. We don't know who he is. I don't know who he is, but I don't think he's going to be hard to find because I think he was interviewed. But let's say thanks to him. I understand there are other people that passed by and tried to talk to her while she was sitting there without the rope in her neck then, but she was not responding because in her mind, she already knew that what she was going to do. And that fisherman passed by that time and saw what she was about to do and saved her. But as it says, if you attempted it before, that doesn't mean that you wouldn't do it again. He says you may feel hopeless, worthless, agitated, socially isolated, or lonely. You may even experience a stressful life event, such as the loss of a loved one, military service, a breakup, or financial or legal problems. This is for the older folks. But the young children, the youths, the adults, the young adults, they are going through some stressful times in their life, and we have to be there as parents, as guardians, as friends, as people in the community to help guide them to do better. Don't get me wrong, adults, we suffer too. We have issues, we have problems, but I think some of us are more capable of handling this than the young ones. Because when you think about it, if you're getting pressure from home, who else would you really turn to? Who else do you think that care about you that much? That could save you from yourself? Who? So it starts at home, and we have to be vigilant as parents to see the changes that are taking place in our children's life, or in their lives. We have to. Otherwise, we are going to lose them fast and furious. And when a child does that, the blame game go all around. The mother is blaming herself. The father is blaming himself. Whoever is in that child's life is blaming themselves because what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? What caused it? How did she do that? Or how did he do that? We have to start digging deep inside us to get answers that will help our children. We are losing them fast, people. We are. This is just a few, but who knows how many more are thinking about it. And we are trying to get to them before they reach that stage. When you have issues mentally, it could be caused by substance abuse problem, alcohol, and alcohol and drug abuse can worsen thoughts of suicide and make you feel reckless or impulsive enough to act on your own thoughts. If you're suicidal and you have access to a firearm or so, this one is deadly. Sometimes you have underlying psychiatric disorders such as depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, which is PTSD, or you have bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder is when 1 minute you're good, you're up, and you're doing everything fine, and the next minute you turn into something else. It is like mood swings left, right, and center. There's help for that also. But we have to reach out. And as Mona says, when people are trying to reach out to you, don't say, mind your business, you're too fast. That fast person may save your child's life. That fast person may save your life or the life of somebody that you love. So we have we black people, yes, we black people have this thing about, oh, we don't want people to know our business, and we people too fast, and what they want to know your business for. This is what and why we want to know your business. To save you or save your child from doing the things that we see is happening fast these days. We have to stop this cloak thing that we have everything holding us inside and we're not talking about it. Speak about it. I'm not telling you to go telling everybody about what's going on in your household. No. But we have to speak about certain things that is hampering our children, that is impacting their daily life, that is making them different to what we know them to be. We have a call. Good morning. Good morning. Hello? I think.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good morning. I see you wake up to call, so go ahead and speak.
Yeah. I'm doing just fine, my dear. Do you miss me?
Just make your point. Make your point.
You like to throw me under the bus?
And rolling the wheels on you too. Go ahead.
You don't get a chance to do that this morning.
I know.
Yeah, but Claire, getting straight into it, man. It kind of concerns me with the level of suicide that are happening in our country and among all the young people as well. Because I remember the last time it happened with a student that was living somewhere. I think it was in Balthazar. He was only 16 years old at the time. And now look, the attempted one, it's really a young person this time around. And I don't know. I know there's a number of factors nowadays that, could be leading in that direction, starting with the economic situation is one. But I'm wondering if, like, in my time of growing up, one of the golden rules that was taught to us was being self-contented. I don't know if that is being instilled in our children these days. I don't know for a fact if that is really happening as it used to happen in our days of growing up. And secondly, I believe if people are physically active, I think getting in one physical, the physical routine is so important. I think when you for me, I this morning already, I got up and I went to the park and, in doing your physical activities at the park, it helps you to search yourself and come up with ideas and solutions as how to combat certain things that you're being confronted with. So I don't know if a lot of our young people are checking on that, but I believe that's a help and a step in the right direction as to how you confront with problems. And the next thing that is very, very important, one's spirituality. You just must maintain that spiritual relationship with the Almighty.
Yep.
You may not be that going person, but unless you really recognize that it's so critical to maintain that relationship with the Almighty, then you will be in trouble on handling certain situations. You can't do it on your own. And I just think these 3 points are so important. That's my contribution for the morning.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I miss you because I have nobody to beat up on this morning. But don't take that into Thank you so much for calling. And you could call back if there's a next point that you want to make, Just know that.
Yes.
All right.
No problem. I'm here. I have the time.
Yes, you have the
I
time.
have all the relaxation time.
Good for you. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And folks, as you hear it, this is, I think I have a call here waiting. Let me see if I can. Good morning. Oh, I think the person hang up. Yes. So that was just talking to us there this morning from wherever he is. He has the time and he's relaxed so he can call back and so. But the point that he made about physical, I think we have to call back. Let's see. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am good, thank you.
Well, welcome back because I missed you for a while.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, this morning the topic is a touchy one. So what I have to say with my experience, some of the children have problem home. They cannot speak to mother. They cannot speak to sister, anybody. Some again, they meet it in the school. You have certain teachers target certain children, and sometimes they don't know who to turn to. And you have again, sometimes you're confident in somebody, they say something to them, and the person don't keep it confidential.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a problem too.
Yep.
So what I have to say, we as parents, we have to know what to say in the present to our children, how to use the language, the way we dress, the way we act. Certain things we have to instill into them, because children learn where they live. Sometimes again, a child in school, the parent want the child to be that, and the child do that. They're forcing you to do certain things like subject, and you don't want to do it. I used to tell my children, if you know you don't like it, better you have it than you don't get it if you go for CXC. Try to do attempt everyone.
Mm-hmm.
When sometimes results come out, the way the parent accuse the child, oh, I spend my money, I waste my money on you, I don't know what I make you for, and you waste my money, and that could get the child upset too. You ain't get one subject. 5 years you spend in school, you ain't get nothing. So what you want me to do? Mind you until you get old? That's the way some of us speak to our children. And that is hurtful. And sometimes we make them shame in front of their peers too.
Mm-hmm.
Some again, parents teach contented. Not all of us teach our children that. Make what you have do, because that's what mommy have today, and that we have today. Some take it, some didn't take it. But right now, the youth what I see now is frustration. They don't want to work. They don't get in work no way. They ain't getting help no way. And they're just angry. Because I heard a thing mentioned with the person that tried to kill herself, although I'm very glad that they had them safe her. She tried to kill herself because she wanted to get on the seed program. Somebody see that on the radio?
On this, what program, the seed program?
Yeah, they killed herself to get, she tried to kill herself to get on the seed program.
Oh, okay.
Somebody said that on a radio station. But I wouldn't put that. Because if she died, she would not have get it.
That's true. That's true.
And thank God she alive. Sometimes she still don't get it, and it's not that what caused the problem.
No, it's on the line.
Sometimes something to that child, and the child don't know how to turn to you. Grow with it. Sometimes since 5 years a problem, 6 years a problem, stay, and nobody to speak to. And some of us elderly too. You know, according to you saying, some of us don't want the youths around us, but I love to have youths because I make 14 children, and I had all my children attack to the boys, attack to the girls.
And
I don't want my children to advantage anybody, cut them off from going to school or cut them off from something,
Yeah.
Always encourage them to do something good, as I say. If you see they're doing something and you know it's wrong, pull them aside and tell them about it.
Yep.
You don't make them shame. Tell them, well, you see what you do there is not right.
Yep, and that's the thing that we as parents have to do.
Getting good encouragement.
Yep.
Those children just keep things in their mind and they grow frustrated and they don't know how to handle it.
Yes.
Because sometimes we meet somebody with good money, what good about the money? Sometimes it's something that hurting them and they don't know how to get it out.
Yep.
So what I would say to the youths now, I doing for myself, praying for them because I have grandchildren, great-grand, and I don't like the trend they're taking now. We have to try to encourage them. You see, some parents, I used to my children to church, give them a Bible to read, let them read, we pray together, and we do things together to let them know how to handle. When you reach out there, they tell you, good morning, sorry, excuse me, and you deal with people in a nice way. Sometimes you say, good morning, miss, you see somebody with something they cannot help, you could help them with a load, help elderly, speak nice to them, have respect for people. But right now, you don't know who is youth, you don't know who is adult, because everybody just helter-skelter. But what I'm saying now, the more we pray right now, we have to pray, put them before God. And God will change them. Let
Thank
them
you.
continue reading the Bible, start reading the Bible. And that will teach them, because certain things I do, nobody will teach me. I read it in the Bible, certain things I need in the Bible.
Thank you so very much for
God
calling
that
in.
they continue, we pray and talk to them.
Thank you. Have yourself a great day. Yes, it's a subject that is very, very touchy, and it makes me sort of get emotional, because when you think about the young woman or the young girl that tried to take her life, she has a whole life in front of her. And you're wondering what it is that could cause her to be in that situation that she put herself in yesterday. We have another call. Good morning.
Yeah, morning. The issue about suicide.
Yes, it is.
And murder, they are together sometimes, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Murder and suicide. However, if we might zero in on suicide, suicide come from your mind, your thoughts, what you think about.
Mm-hmm.
So you think about what they say about you, what they do to you, or whatever. Yes, what they threaten you about, and so forth, and that's what we feel. So it's a mind thing. Our minds. How do we overcome that? We overcome by talking to ourselves. When we talk to others, they will tell us something about what they don't know, because they never, let's say, a lot of people have never committed suicide or never attempted suicide. The same thought that you have is what they would have had. So let me go this way. Your thoughts, talk to yourself. That's what we need to do. First of all, talk to ourselves. Does this make sense? And we're gonna talk to ourselves good things. We must talk good things to ourselves. Yeah? And not bad things. And that's what it is. Should I talk to myself about killing myself or killing somebody else? Or should I talk to myself about getting over whatever circumstances that I have? Yes? Mm-hmm. And so I believe that we need to talk to ourselves. As human beings, we must talk good things to ourselves. Talk love to ourselves. Let us love ourselves.
Yeah? I understand everything that you're saying here. And yes, it is people talking to themselves. But if you're going through a sort of situation in your life that you think you have no control over, talking to yourself could be talking about taking myself out too. There could be negative and there could be positive. Now, if something good is going on into your life, you will never think about taking your life. So when people are trying to commit suicide, is because negative things are what is in the head and what has been portrayed to them for the longest while, and they cannot get over it without help of somebody else. And that is why they take that route. Because me and you or whoever it is out there that is positive and thinks positive about things in a life would not think about killing themselves or killing somebody else. And sometimes too, it is a chemical reaction that is in our brain that we have no control over that makes us do stuff.
Oh, it's there. The rain is pouring now. I can hear you now.
Okay.
I have to call you back.
Yes, okay.
It's pouring heavy now.
All right. Thank you.
For the rain.
Okay. Yes, I'll take a commercial break and we shall be right back.
Little England, you asked for a store that speaks to quality and we gave you. Now, you have started asking for brands and we have brought them in for you. Little England has all the brands you're looking for. Washing machines. We have Hoover, Indesit, Beko, and Candy at the best possible prices. Deep freezers, fridge freezers, all sporting the Sharp and Hoover brand. Microwaves of top quality, Panasonic and Kenwood. We stock the best in smart TVs, JVC, Sharp, and Panasonic. Now listen, this electric and top stove kettles, steam and non-steam irons, toasters, Bluetooth speakers, phone charger and cables, including wireless chargers, top brand names in blenders, solar lights for both inside and out. The only appliance we do not stock is a transformer, because all our appliances are for the authentic power source to 20 volts. So check us out at Little England. We aren't so small after all. Little England, located Main Street to Tears. Call us on 458-4111. That number again, 458-4111.
Grendek Community Partnership Initiative.
The classrooms that were refurbished as a result of this project really were not conducive to installing ICT into the classroom. Many of the windows were not functional. The security to the actual rooms themselves were insufficient. At the Maribor campus, the roof was also termite infested. The college is extremely appreciative.
Hungry, anyone? You heard about it, and it's finally here. Velma's Restaurant and Bar, located High Street Terrace in St. Patrick. They're open from 6 a.m. until midnight. Breakfast is available from 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. On the menu is roast bake, sawfish, and many, many mouth-watering items. Lunch is a close second, with items that can be grilled to your satisfaction. We have steamed fish and other seafoods too. For the health-conscious ones, we provide vegan and vegetarian dishes. Looking for something that will hit the spot? From 5 p.m. until close, come and enjoy our burgers and fries. At Velma's, we cater and host parties. We have an on-site bakery where you can place your orders for fruitcakes and other pastries. We also have local juices. Listen to Real FM for your daily menu to place your order in advance. Call us at 419-5622. That number again, 419-5622. Velma's Restaurant and Bar. Come eat lunch with us.
Maya's Collection, located on Main Street, St. Patrick, announces its back-to-school promotion. Available are uniforms for MacDonald College, St. Mark's Secondary, Montrose SDA Comprehensive, St. Joseph Convent Grenville, and some uniforms for primary and pre-primary schools in St. Patrick. Check out Maya's today for all your school accessories, shirts, belts, socks, notebooks, and much more. Also in stock is a wide variety of household items. We are opened Monday to Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and later for your convenience. We accept government and Grand Coda vouchers. Call Maya today on 449-6197. A warm welcome awaits you.
The Grenada Dental Association, partnering with the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education, Great Shape Inc., and Spice Isle Smiles, present Seal Grenada, sealing children permanent teeth between the ages of 6 to 17 to prevent decay. A quick, easy, and painless procedure that can eliminate the need for expensive dental treatments.
Seal the teeth today, prevent decay tomorrow.
Seal Grenada will be launched in St. David this year from August the 28th to September the 1st. Protecting the molars of all our children is important. Parents, please take advantage of this effective preventative dental treatment. Seal Grenada will be at the current government school in St. David from August the 28th to September the 1st. Remember,
seal the teeth today, prevent decay tomorrow.
You know, I forgot to tell you what Velma has for breakfast this morning. So it's not too late to order your breakfast. She has coconut bakes, saltfish, smoked herring, fried chicken, ground provision, fried plantain, and she has local herbal tea, coffee, and hot chocolate. For lunch, cuckoo, ground provision, stewed chicken, parsley rice, fish, and green salad. Local juices will accompany that. And for dinner, your usual burgers and fries. I think I have a call right here, so let's see if I can take it. Good morning.
Good morning to you, CJ, and how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Miss Matheson. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm doing really good. I'm pleased with myself.
Very good. I'm happy to hear.
Yes, thank you. Listen, I was listening to your program and I say, my God, it is a ticklish subject you bring to there. Lots of people, they know when someone died or commit suicide, but then they don't even know what caused it to bring that person to that stage. So, but what's happening in our country today is a cause for concern with young people committing suicide. As you said before, our country is small in numbers. And when it happens to one person or two, oh God, it is a cause for concern. We hear things about that, like in a big country, people commit suicide. But you know, for you to get to that suicidal stage, you become chronically depressed. And because you become chronically depressed, the depression comes in many stages, Clay. You can't sleep. You can't eat. You can't even do nothing. I remember when my mom passed, I become depressed, but I didn't know. I stopped eating. When I'm sitting down, sometimes I feel like going in a dark hole. You end up in a dark place. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. You want to talk to people, but you can't even understand the feeling that you are going through. And I remember someone who got me out of it. I didn't even realize. I'm going to work and I come back, but I stop talking, I stop laughing, right? That's how it affects you. It comes with pain in your chest, like waves. You know, the sea wave in the sea is coming with a rush of wave, a feeling, a horrible feelings, and it coming that wave in your chest. And you say, what is it? And it's a pain. You cannot move it. But one thing I remember, I used to go and see an elderly lady, a very elderly lady, and I used to make sure I give her she medication, to make sure she take her medication every morning and night. And when she see me, she call out to me. Like she called me out. I hope you're not hearing the noise. She called out to me and she say, Teresa, what happened to you? You're not laughing anymore. You're not talking anymore. I say, yes, I am. She said, no, you're not. You used to be all bubbly and laughing and talking. And it's a joy when you come and see me. That will lift me up for the day. And no, you cannot do it. What's wrong? And then I explained to her, I said, I don't know what it is. I didn't know what it is. To me, she just talking and saying, well, what's she talking about? And then I explained to her, when my mom died, and I don't know what's going on. So she says to me, you're suffering from depression. I said, depression? I don't understand the word. She said, are you eating? I said, no, I don't really want to eat. She said, when you sit down, can you get up? I said, I don't feel like getting up. I want to sit there. I don't want to do anything. And then she points me to the right direction. She says to me, don't go to the doctor because they're going to give you Valium. And this is strong drugs. And she said to me, go to the pharmacy and explain. There's an elderly person in the pharmacy. Explain to them how you're feeling. And they'll give you something. And they give me a herbal drug. It's herbal. It's made out of herbs. It takes a few days before he started working. And when he started working, I'm hungry. I feel hungry, Clay. I phoned my friend up and I said, I want food. She said, you want food? I said, yes. And she sent food for me and I ate. And I started sleeping. And they told me, take the herbal tablet for a little while. And after that, I did get better. And then the feeling still used to come ever so often, like in waves. So just imagine the children of today, the people of today. The depression is like so many things could cause them to go into a deep depression. They cannot get out. They cannot see light at the end of the tunnel. So what can they do? They cannot speak. So then the person they want to talk to, they're not listening to them. So they can't find a way out. So what do? What's the sense of living? I know a man, he washing his hands 100 times. 100 times he washing his hands. Yeah, he don't know what happened. And I said, why is he washing his hands like that? It's a stage of depression. Some of them, they sit down, they're not talking to you, they're not saying nothing. Watch how they're deteriorating. So you as a parent or friends, you have to spot that in the child or the person. And it's a cry for help. They're crying for help, but they're crying inside. So you have to advise them properly. And that's where counseling comes in. That's where you counsel the person to give them an understanding what is happening to them. Because that person or the patient have to open out to them. And when they open out to them, then the counselor will understand and point them back to the right direction. So, Claire, there's a lot to say about depression, about suicidal, and what caused suicidal to everybody is differently. And they will give you a different cause. Why? It could be the job, it could be the marriage, it could be a death in the family, it could be simply anything as depression. And it's not an easy subject to handle.
It is not.
Very, very, very difficult to handle. And you have to be real good sometimes to spot it. And you have to know what you're saying, because some of the people, I notice some of the people, they will say, what's wrong with you? Get over that, get over that. It's not something you could just take one step and get over. It's not. It's harder than you think, because that person is in trouble. They're in trouble and they can't get out. So as counselors, educate the people, educate Grenadian people to spot the person. Listen to them. Listen to the man. Listen to the woman. Listen to the child. They have a problem. Even when the baby don't cry for nothing. The baby crying for something.
Yes.
So you have a beautiful day, Claire,
Thanks,
and
Ms.
I'm
Madison.
listening to you.
Okay.
Yeah, listening to you. God bless you.
You too.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yes. What Miss Madison said, I mean, so people will say to you, get over it, but get over what? What are they telling you to get over? And it's a lot of things that happen in someone's life that causes them to be the way it is. As it says here, suicide in children and teenagers can follow stressful life events. What a young person sees as a serious and insurmountable may seem minor to an adult, such as problems in school or loss of friendship. In some cases, a child or teen may feel suicidal due to a certain life circumstance that he or she may not want to talk about, such as having a psychiatric disorder, including depression, loss of conflict with close friends or family members. So it's a lot of things that goes on in children's life or in young people's life that they feel that they cannot talk about or they don't want to talk about, and causes them to go through this. I think we have a call. Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Come back again. The
Yes.
system is a different system now. Yes.
Okay.
I was saying that we need to have good thoughts. We need to think clean things. We need to think holy things, so to speak. And this is one of the ways that you get away from those depression, the way you think. Yes? The fact that you talk to somebody in itself is not all. They will give you an advice. You must take the advice, and you will determine whether that advice is good or not. However, in you must determine that I want to do something good. I want it good. I want to get over my situation. Yes?
Yes.
And so this is, I think, the way to do it. Listen, I do have depression sometimes. I have stresses sometimes. And my thoughts, I try to make sure I manage my thoughts so that I don't think outside the box, so to speak. I don't think outside the box. And I love to play music. I love to listen to music. And I tell you one thing, my secret. Nowadays, I use that group, City Light. All right? And they play wonderful music. And you know what? The recordings, the lyrics are in it. So I'm able to sing. And you know what? I sing out loudly. I play the music loudly. So that take over whatever thoughts I would have had, other negative thoughts. The music itself takes over the thoughts. Yes? And so I'm able to get rid or conquer whatever negative thoughts would be coming my way. See what happened nowadays? When young people, they can't get jobs, or they would have been in a job, and somebody say to them, you're going to lose your work. You go lose your work. And suddenly you get a letter, don't come back to work next week. This in itself will throw you way off on the other side.
Yep.
So, think clean. I'm going to get something better to do.
Yes.
I could overcome that.
Mhm.
This is just for now. In fact, in Grenada, we could eat without working. Somebody going to give you a hand of blubber.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody going to give you a hand of banana, something. I'm saying this to say that we can survive without killing ourselves. In fact, killing ourselves is no survival at all.
Okay, so hold on the line here for me.
Thank you.
Killing yourself is not about the food. It's not about what we eat or what we don't have to eat or what we have to eat. As I said before, it is a psychological thing.
Definitely.
You said think clean, and I agree with you. Think positive, because when you think negative, you can think about things that you don't have the right to think about and think about things that you want to do to yourself, harm to yourself. And I'm all for thinking positive. But as you say, each and every one of us at times go through some sort of depression. We have anxiety attack. I have an anxiety attack. But then it's how, as you say, how we conquer it, what we do to send it on the other side. You love music, I love music. You're preaching to the choir here. I read a lot and I listen to music all the time. This is my outlet. I play music loud, I dance, I sing. I don't care who watching, who ain't watching, who hear me. It doesn't matter to me. This is what I do for me. But you see, I think a lot of things that's going on too right now is that a lot of people don't read anymore. We lose the touch of reading. And if we do pay more attention to books, like read for relaxation, read for different things, chances are we may be able to go through a lot of what we are going through right now.
Yes. And then there's another one, it's not only people that kill themselves. Adults kill themselves.
Yes, for any one of us.
And that is spousal abuse. You're in a relationship and your spousal abuse all means physical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yes.
It will be mental, which is worse than anything else.
Yes.
And so the way we handle those things that come upon us.
Yes.
So when he's saying those negative to you, what do? You laugh and you sing. Because behind your head, you're hearing somebody else talking to you. And that other person talking to you is supposed to be God.
The
Holy Spirit's supposed to be talking to you. So this is what you listen to.
Okay.
Don't hear him at all. Don't hear her at all. Because at the end of the day, what will happen is that evil one will tempt you. Take a cutlass.
Yeah.
Take
all
a
right.
knife. Take a piece of rope.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Thank
no
you.
Way. So you think clean things.
Yes.
Yeah?
All right.
I remember not too long ago, I said it on one of the programs here too, that I was driving up the road and I saw a car approaching me and line up myself. The road was wide enough so that we can pass. And then I heard an impact and I realized the mirrors that touch.
Mm-hmm.
I looked through my mirror to the other mirror because they separated about, say, 100 feet.
Mm-hmm.
We separated two vehicles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Separated 100 feet. And I looked through my mirror and I saw that that other mirror is not broken. So I'm feeling glad, happy, because I don't have to spend for mirror. This is my first thought. I don't have to spend for a mirror, which is a plus for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether I was wrong, the court was going to say I'm wrong, or the police was going to say I'm wrong, whatever. But then the driver started approaching me. It was a lady. And when I saw she coming, I came out from my vehicle, and I said to her, "Miss, apparently you have damaged my mirror." And she started explaining to me the way all that my mother did to make me. She started explaining to me those things. And I said to her, "Miss, apparently you damaged my mirror." She doesn't know that inside me I'm feeling happy that the mirror wasn't broken. Mine wasn't broken, hers wasn't broken. I'm feeling happy inside, But there she goes again. And she continued to explain to me all that my mother did to make me. And she said, because all these men, all you feel, all you could do what all you want to women and stuff like that. And I still laughing inside because I don't have to spend money to buy a mirror. And I said, Miss, apparently you have damaged my mirror. And she continued. That's why you see people take cutlass and chop up on you. Know.
Okay.
and then I said, no. But how come that is? Not to her, I said it myself. How that is? And I was looking at the lady as a well-off lady, looking decent and everything like that. And then she come with a cutlass. She telling me about cutlass, and I had a cutlass in my car.
So how did it end up after all of that?
After, when she realized, I said, Miss, apparently I've damaged your car. Well, call the police, so police. And she moved off and she went in her car.
Okay.
And I'm happy and glad because no more to say.
Yeah, I understand.
The way we think.
Mm-hmm.
The way we think. Because somebody else, you want to pull you want cutlass, I could go and take my cutlass.
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay. So thank you so much for your contribution.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. So yes. So a lot of things happen on our way in life. Some good and some not so good. But my thing today is talking about positive thinking and what is going to stop us from getting where we are to that stage of committing suicide. As I know of a kid or a child, young man, that committed suicide when he finally succeeded at doing it. He tried 2 times before. He did not get through. He did on the 3rd time. We get a call. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm here. It's a tough one for me today, but it's very emotional. But go ahead, please.
Yes. So the way I look at suicide, it is like a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at a very young age, parents have to start instilling in children that life will not be a bed of roses, and they will have to go through problems. But it's the way that they view the problems. They should see the problems as a trial that will help them to get stronger and look to the future with hope. We have to instill hope with them that no matter what you are going through right now, it will pass. And if we start at an early age instilling that with them, they will grow with that. So when they meet different problems in life, they would not think of the easy way out. They will say, you know, next week or next year, things will be better. But I have to let time pass. And with time, things will get better. And I think if we start at an early age, parents, instilling that in our children, letting them know that they're going to have problems, it's not going to be easy, they will be better able to cope with the issues that come into their lives, and they will not think that suicide is a way out. Because once you've done that, there is no other solution. So I would really urge parents to start at home, instilling in their children hope that no matter what you're going through, it will get better. And I think we will see better outcome if we start doing that. So
Thank you so much. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Now, that's it. Lorna Bain, she calls every Tuesday and makes a point. And the points are always very, very valid and on point. Because growing up, we really do have to instill hope in our children, in ourselves also. As she says, life is no bed of roses. We have thorns along the way and we get pricked with those thorns. But that doesn't make us be soft or not be able to take on problems when we have it. We have a call. Good morning.
Good morning. My point is, I had the experience of it too, but stepmother and stepfather in homes does cause a lot of depression to children that don't have relationship with the stepfather, don't have relationship with them.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to speak to them when they approach them in a manner that they want to bully them, and then in their own house, in their own home. They grow up, and when they tell the mother will step aside with the stepfather or the stepmother, And that has caused a lot of depression in children, especially if they're studying for exam and them kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, it just bring a lot of, I see that happen. The child will just come out and stand in front of them and ball and them kind of thing, and the mother will ball to her. So that makes a lot of, give her a lot of pressure. So all that could lead to these kind of things. So
that's true.
So because you haven't got a good relationship with your stepfather, relationship with you, or your stepmother, and you there in a house is like, what you there, what you doing, whatever, and this kind of thing. This thing does cause a lot of pressure in children.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now, take a commercial break and we shall be right back.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantimel in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive. Color by Sissons. Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color. Color by Sissons. Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and regional cricket tournaments. Additionally, they made it possible for you, the public, to view local, regional, and international tournaments from the comfort of your homes. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
The
The Grenada Dental Association, partnering with the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education, Great Shape Inc., and Spice Isle Smiles, present Seal Grenada, sealing children permanent teeth between the ages of 6 to 17 to prevent decay. A quick, easy, and painless procedure that can eliminate the need for expensive dental treatments.
Seal the teeth today, prevent decay tomorrow.
Seal Grenada will be launched in St. David this year from August the 28th to September the 1st. Protecting the molars of all our children is important. Parents, please take advantage of this effective preventative dental treatment. Seal Grenada will be at the current government school in St. David from August the 28th to September the 1st. Remember,
seal the teeth today, prevent decay tomorrow.
Our news is coming up at 9 in just a few moments, 5 minutes. But let me say good morning to Joycelyn Francois, Pearl Charles, Anastasia Peterson, Rhonda Hose, Galloway Kevin, Miss Ferguson, good morning to you again. And Lindona George, good morning and thank you for listening wherever you are this morning. I wouldn't say where you're listening from, but thank you for checking in. So we are going back to the suicide thing with young people. And we're talking about young ones this morning, more so because the young people, we seem to be losing them on a fast rate these days. And we're trying to avoid that. We're trying to make them think in a positive light instead of going the way they are. The last caller we had said about step-parents, like stepmother and stepfather, and how they treat the children that in the homes that they are, and the mothers who are taking the side of the significant other instead of their child. This could be devastating because not many of the young people have relationship with their stepfather or their stepmother, and they always look at it as though, well, you're not my father, you're not my mother, and then the step is saying that you're not my child. I don't have to be nice to you or anything. And this could and sometimes be the damage that is done to cause a young person to take their lives away. Because they feel that, okay, I don't have my father, my biological father, and my mother is turning against me with the person in her life. In that case, she prefers the person that is in her life to the child that she has, that is asking for help, that is begging for help, that is seeking help and not getting it. The other way they turn to is to take their own lives. We have to be very careful as parents how we treat our children, regardless of who it is in our lives. They are ours. We have to protect them. It says, in rare cases, people who are suicidal are at risk of killing others and then themselves. Knowing as a homicide, suicide, or murder-suicide, some risk factors include history of conflict with a spouse or romantic partner, current family, legal, or financial problems, history of mental health problems, particularly depression, alcohol or drug abuse, having access to a firearm. This is under the topic of murder-suicide. And so many times, and I'm talking about the adults now, so many times we hear of cases that somebody go to a mall, they shoot up everybody that they see, what they could shoot, and then they kill themselves. Because they don't want to go out by themselves. Because whatever it is that caused the problem, they think everybody else around them is who caused the problem. So they go to take out a few, and then they know that they're going to kill themselves, they kill themselves. So we not only have to look at our children, we also have to look at the people in our life also. In family settings, we have a husband that will kill his wife, kill his mother-in-law, kill his father-in-law, kill his children, and then turn the gun on himself. Because it's like every one of them caused me to be in the situation that I am in, so I'm not leaving them behind, I'm taking them with me. We have a call. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Michael. How are you doing?
And how is you? I'm okay. care for the time.
A day. I'm struggling here with a program, this topic this morning. It's really affecting me, but go ahead,
well,
talk.
Not you alone, you're affecting me because long I want to call, but I don't know what to say.
Well, say what you have to say, and I'm going to tell you I'm going to help you.
Because,
Kenro, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to take the news and call back right after.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Welcome to the latest news update as produced by Triple N. The details when I return.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Welcome back locally. From January to June 2023, the Cabinet of Grenada approved 2,011 people to become citizens through the Citizenship by Investment program. According to the latest public data released by the Ministry of Finance, there were 980 requests approved for the first quarter, January to March, and 1,011 approved during the second quarter, April to June. The fiscal report for January to June shows that the government's revenue from CBI for that period was $157 million, the most earned from the program since its launch in 2014. There were 1,108 applications and 17 rejections. According to the CIB second quarter report, 259 of the new citizens were through the National Transformation Fund investment, while the remaining are investors in already approved projects. In the region, in Trinidad and Tobago, significant drop in food inflation.
And food inflation decreased from a high of 17.3% in January 2023 to 10.1% in June. The latest economic bulletin from the central bank said slower retail price movements in several major categories of food underpinned the deceleration, which included bread from 19.8% to 15.3% and vegetables from 28.1% to 17.5%. Overall, the central bank noted that headline inflation decelerated from 8.3% in January to 5.8% in June, averaging 6.8% over the 6-month period. This, it said, was mainly due to slower price increases in both food and core inflation. Meanwhile, it said the latest data from the CSO indicates that the unemployment rate fell in the first quarter of 2023, measuring 4.9%, which was slightly lower than the 5.1% recorded a year earlier. The number of people with jobs decreased by 8,100 persons year on year, while the number of unemployed persons fell by 1,600.
Around the globe, Libyan Prime Minister visits Palestinian embassy in Tripoli to strengthen relations.
Libyan Prime Minister visited the Palestinian embassy in the capital Tripoli on Monday to affirm his country's continued support of the Palestinian cause. The visit came after Beiba suspended Foreign Minister Najla Mangoush and referred her for an investigation over a meeting last week with the Israeli counterpart in Italy. Mangoush later on Monday fled the country a day after Israel revealed the visit, news that prompted scattered street protests in the chaos-stricken North African nation. During his meeting with the Palestinian ambassador, Mohammed Rahal said that Beiba affirmed his country's support of Palestinians and that his previous foreign minister does not represent the government's position. The Palestinian ambassador welcomed Beiba's announcement to dismiss Mangoush. It is still not yet clear on what grounds Mangoush will be investigated with. Beiba's decision to suspend Mangoush suggested that he was not aware of the meeting.
And let's not forget, we have the latest in sport. Spanish Soccer Federation leaders ask President Rubiales to resign.
Thousands of people gathered in Madrid on Monday to support Women's World Cup star Jennifer Hermoso after Spanish Football Federation chief Luis Rubiales provoked wild outrage by forcibly kissing her on the lips during the medal ceremony celebration. The group is calling for his resignation. Meanwhile, the Spanish prosecutors said Monday they had opened a preliminary investigations into Luis Rubiales' forcibly kiss, grounds it could constitute a crime of sexual assault. The movement called on further investigations to be conducted against Rubiales' actions. FIFA suspended Rubiales as president of Spain's Football Federation at the weekend, and he could face further sanctions in Spain, with the country's sport administrative court meeting to examine the complaints against him. The Spain's federation called upon Rubiales to resign voluntarily.
This ends the latest news update as produced by Triple N. I am your presenter Maxine Antwine, thanking you for joining us.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Blessings Variety Store, located in Main Street, Satell, St. Patrick's, in the Quasi Building number 2. We cater for you from head to toe. Men, women, and children. Clothing, shoes, bags, accessories, and much more. We also cater for your household, such as mat sets, sheet sets, bathroom, and more. Don't you miss it. Come check us out, Blessings Variety Store, and be blessed with the best. Our motto is to be a cheerful giver and give generously, and it will come back to you 100-fold, because God loves a cheerful giver. Blessings Variety Store, providing high-quality products for people like you.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and regional cricket tournaments. Additionally, they made it possible for you, the public, to view local, regional, and international tournaments from the comfort of your homes. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
I remember when this beach was really wide, a place to picnic and play cricket.
And we used to go up to the end to get away from all the people. Now all the beach gone.
Coastal erosion. When the sea starts to come in and take the land away, everyone loses something.
Granny, look how the waves are washing right under that house.
Coastal erosion. It's a hazard. Hazards. Take control. Reduce your loss. What can you do to help stop coastal erosion? For one, don't drive four-wheel vehicles on seaside dunes. They loosen sand and destroy binding vegetation, causing erosion. Find out more about coastal erosion and other hazards at your local disaster office. A message from your National Disaster Office and Sedera.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pocket every month. Plus, now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
From August 16th, the Gynecological Cancer Prevention Clinic announces its back to school 50% off on all consultations for children. Yes, 50% off. Parents, take advantage of this promotion to ensure your child returns to school in the best of health. The Gynecological Cancer Prevention Clinic is located on Main Street, Satell, St. Patrick. Call us today on 423-3352 or 444-4272. 72. Put your child's health first.
From August 16th, the Gynecological Cancer Prevention Clinic announces its back to school 50% off on all consultations for children. Yes, 50% off. Parents, take advantage of this promotion to ensure your child returns to school in the best of health. The Gynecological Cancer Prevention Clinic is located on Main Street, Satell, St. Patrick. Call us today on 423-3352 or 444-4272. Put your child's health first.
Hey, Kenro, you can call in now. We are back.
When you talk, when you go, when you go, what you say, when you talk.
Good morning.
Good morning again, not me.
I know. Go ahead, please.
You know, I sit down there and the thing painful to me. You know why it's painful to me? I just sit down and I watch that news and look at the young children and them. And another thing again, I just say to people, and I will say it now on the radio, whenever we have with children, whether morning, whether noon, never allow with children to leave we home and we don't say a word of pray with them. Shout how it is, but say something to them. Because that one word, they say one word, one gracious word, could set the city free. Could save your child and could save many others. Because when you pray, you don't pray for your children alone. And I just say, but my saying and other people saying is different. I just say I don't never see myself killing myself. No matter how the road might be rough, I always have a feelings. I just say I must get something to do. If I don't have nothing, somebody go give me.
Sure.
And sometimes by helping hand, you save a lot of life too. Sometimes people may not tell you the business. But sometimes I can do where you might overheard, conversation, and you might say, well, let me help, lend a helping hand. The children and them are thinking about taking the life. It's very hard for me. Because you know why? So young and tender, and why is it with that? I just tell people for things I go through and look at me today. And that time I didn't know God, but God did like me, and I didn't know because I was on the wall. So you know what I'm saying? If those children, regardless if the parents, yes, and another thing again, parents also, and they lose a man for that, want to come and tell me, my big son, my first child, used to walk, well then he come and lose his walk. When he come and he lose you, all the time he walk in the mind in the man, when he come and he lose his walk, where the man go and get the advice, when he come one day, he go telling me that they tell him, because he walking nowhere, they tell me, when I cook food, don't give me child. I say, I said to him, I said, what? I said, let me tell you something now. 2 days the last day you get food inside here. You don't get food inside here again, but my child must get food. And from that day, I stopped giving food and I don't want the money, And I go make it me and my child. So look at simple things so. Could I frustrate my child and let my child do the same crime?
Yes.
Hang himself.
Yes.
But he see I stand up with him. So, if ever he had it in his mind, he come out from his mind because his mother stand up with him. In good time and in bad time. So what I say to parents, if they see the child sit down, or even on the appetite, when you feed them and you see how they go, ask a question. Talk to them. Always tell your children, let me be your best friend. Anything come to me, come and tell me. I could help you. I will see how I could help you, if I can help you. But a lot of children, again, is very stubborn, A lot of children very stubborn because I the person that with me first data. When you hear it like friend, and you try to tell them, well, be away from friend, and listen to you, they do studying you, and they saying you don't like them. Because you're talking to them and you're telling them what to do. So, parents going through a lot of things too with children.
Yes, yes.
Some people have blame parents. But a lot of parents love their children because in the first place, if you don't love them, you will never, man, I don't know what to say.
I know.
It's a very hard thing when you hear young people. Anyway, I thank God for the person who see the child yesterday to save his life. And God going to bless that person,
And I'm hoping I'm hoping beyond hope that she doesn't try it again.
Well, I fear, you know.
Yeah.
I pray to God that that do happen again. But you know, when you hear there's something in them, coming out easy, you know.
That is my fear. That is what I'm
fearful
fearful
for. How
for.
it coming out easy. You have to remove them
From the
from the
situation.
village and from the surrounding and send them go somewhere else, you know. Especially if it's somebody around the village what hurt them and they don't attack it. It's very bad. That is why I say children talk to your parents. You can. Well, I don't see that's how children can talk to the parents,
But
because you is the parent, you're supposed to hear what they're saying.
But that is true. And listen, Carol, I'm happy that you made that point. You cannot see how children cannot talk to their parents. But not all parents are willing to listen to what their children are saying. There are a lot of parents that don't want to hear anything from their children. You start telling them, and you don't want to hear nothing, and that is not for you to tell me. And that's why I am doing that program, so that we can break the cycle of a lot of things that we as parents do. Parents do love their children. Don't get me wrong. A lot of us, we love our children, and we should love our children. And the things we talk to them about and the things we say and do for our children is because of the love that we have for them.
Yes.
But at the same time, there are those of us, I don't know if we lack the maternal instinct to be a good parent or so, but we do not treat our children the way they're supposed to be treated. We make them feel like they're stepchildren all over. We don't make them feel as though they belong to us, as though they can have that relationship with us and talk to us and say anything to us. Sometimes the things that they say, we may not like it, but hey, this is open communication. This is when you can guide them to do differently.
Yeah.
When you turn your back on them, who else do you think will open up to them?
Because I just wonder, what could they in their head that could think of taking their own life? And that's a very bad thing, you know.
Yes.
God give you your life for you to live, and when you're ready, you will take it. That's a that you giving him back.
Sometimes I wonder, sometimes I think about it, can I really take my life? I think about it because, you see, sometimes you look normal and everybody watching you as normal. But sometimes there are things that are going on inside you that you have no control over. You talk about it and yes, you talk to people. But something is still there telling you that everything is not what you want it to be. And you can swing that way. So sometimes I question myself, can I take my life?
I can do that.
Well, no, I'm not saying that I'm going to do it. But you have to question it because the things that people are facing these days, not every one of us that made of that strong will, that fortitude to deal with it.
And you see again, I think parents doing, we parents have to say we're going to church every Sunday and we're leaving all the children behind. When the children have right today in front of us and we behind, we're going to church. When we go to church and we leave them behind, we don't know what they're exposed to, you know.
Exactly.
Parents have to control those children. Every morning, if you are 3-room, every morning you get to pray in different room with those children.
Or bring everybody together and pray, call each of them names separately.
So I know, I don't know, but what I'm saying is, you can leave you to guide your children.
Yes.
You to protect your children, safeguard them. And don't put man in front of your children. Your children is your children.
Yes.
You may not get all what too good, but you must get one what good. When you let all go, you serpent, you making children, and as long as it's falling out, you turning back and eat it. When you make a children, you let them go astray. You don't looking for them, you don't turning back and look for them. You don't want to sit down with them as a family. Get together and say something. Watch when I had my children with all the rough time, people in Santibel, they could say that. I go through with me and my children. When you hear anything, I used to tell my children, I say, watch, we have a meeting tonight, I discuss with them. And I asked that one, I said, what you say to that? Everybody have to give their views towards what I say, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they give their views, any view right, I take it, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like me alone had to say no. And that's how parents getting children to love them.
And that's
Have
what
a
we lack
meeting
these
with your
days.
children.
Yeah, that's what we lack as a lot of us as parents. We lack that.
Discuss with your children. Things good, bad, discuss. Have a saying with them. But some don't care. I just say, and I'll know if it had to happen. I just, when I used to go in dance, anytime my children reach the age, I stop go.
Well, yes, you
Because
can.
I was not ranking with them.
Nope, I agree.
But now, children and parents are in same style.
Yes, yes.
And making them feel they big, make them know them is a child. When they reach the age, they turn adult. So you know all that now, when you give them the privilege, you make them feel they big. When you're ready to tighten up on them now, all
Too
that
late.
committing this is right, you know.
Yes, yes.
People, they killing themselves because mommy used to let me this and mommy used to, and now mommy this and take it from scratch.
Yes.
From day one, I remember a time I went when we church went to St. Vincent. They give us a day to go and do a little shopping. I buy clothes for me, daughter. One of them tell me, hey, that you buying for your daughter? I don't buying that. I'm buying sexy clothes. I say, well, I don't buying sexy clothes, you know. I'm buying clothes to cover she body. I buy some nice little jeans skirt which over me daughter knee. They find that clothes was not clothes for her. Nice clothes. With sleeve, jersey with sleeve, clothes with sleeve, what could cover her under she arm. They find that was not clothes for me daughter. In the long run, look at me daughter.
Yep.
I know she don't wear clothes without sleeve. I know she don't know what they calling short clothes. Because why? I don't grow in that.
That's true.
I always to make her feel I buy the best for her and look where I want it to reach and look where the clothes want to reach.
And that's it.
If I buy a thin strap top for her, she has to put a jersey or a coat or something above it. And she's up to now. So parents, reach out and touch your children.
Yes, yes.
Reach out. Sometimes you're in the house with your mother don't want to speak to you. You're frustrated. Well, you could be in the house and don't want to speak to your children. Parents, please, I'm begging you.
Beg them, can we beg
Sometimes
them?
all the fault is not the parents only. The
No.
child might have a fault too. But please, reach out and touch those children and them. Whenever they live in the house, even though it's 1 hour for sake for them before they leave the house. Get up in the morning, wake them up, pray with them inside the room. You could safeguard your children by that. When telling you anything, when I get that yesterday and I get it this morning, anything really hurt me.
It is.
You know how long I want to call, but I don't know what to say.
Well, you said it and you said a
Because I
lot.
put myself in that parent's shoes. And I know how he fit and I know how he squeeze.
Thanks, Kendra.
Parents, careful with your children. Teach your children the right. And the mother, what would have faced that crime yesterday? Pray. Ask God for a little favor and little mercy. By you asking God for a little favor and little mercy, this you could break the cycle.
Yes.
Satan rampart. We know he's rampart. But if you go on bending knees, you break every chain from Satan.
Thank you, Kendra. Thank you.
You know, that is what I have to say this morning. And I just sit down, you know. I just sit down and I'm listening.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. Now, if we didn't get anything from that, then I don't think we'll get anything from anything else, because she touched on everything. Because parents, and like I keep saying, it's not always the parents' fault that the child is doing whatever. Children do. Listen, I've got 2 children, and I cannot say that my road has been really smooth with them forever, because they are children and they go through their whatever it is. But I've never given up, and I never stopped talking, and I would not stop talking. My daughter is 33 years old, And if she's going somewhere, she's an adult. She's by herself. But if she's going to take that plane any day and go somewhere, she lets me know. I'm going to this place and spending that amount of time. When she gets there, she lets me know that she has arrived and everything. When she's leaving, I have to know that too. And both, same with my son. You have to have that sort of communication with your children that you know what is going on. I've never, like Kenry says with her daughter and clothes, I've never gone to the store and buy clothes for my child that, half a stomach outside, half a breast outside, or anything of that sort. She's at that age 33, and she's still not wearing midriff and all this kind of thing. If she's wearing the pants and I say, hey, my girl, they pin that pants on you, she says, Mom, look at all this stretch in it. So you have to know how to start with your children from day one to know that what you teach them is going to stay with them forever. And that parent that yesterday that almost lost a child, could you imagine how she's feeling this morning? If I'm feeling that way, and Kenry is feeling that way, and other people are feeling that way, could you imagine how that mother is feeling this morning, knowing that she almost lost her daughter, and she's not even quite sure she's not going to lose her? Come on, we have to talk. We have to teach our children to trust us, to say what it is that is on their mind. Tell us. Not everything we're going to be okay with, but at least we know, and we know where to start to give them some sort of help, or even to help ourselves, because sometimes we are the problem. We have to do better. We are losing our children, and we are losing them fast. Miss Matheson is telling you how frustrated the children are. Kenry is how frustrated they are. Everyone that called this morning is talking about how frustrated the children are and what we have to do to make their life better for them. We can. And we don't always have to depend on other people to bring our child back on the right track. We can do it by opening up and asking questions. They may not want to tell us what it is, but if you keep talking, something you say will trigger off in their brain that they need to talk. We cannot just sit by and push our head in the sand like those damn ostrich and not pay attention to what's going on around us. When we lose somebody in our life, whether to sickness or whatever it is, not suicide, we hurt, we mourn, we cry. Imagine that your young child has taken her life and suddenly you don't even know why. A significant other of yours has taken his or her life, you're in mourning, you don't know why. Is it because we don't pay attention to what's going on around, or we don't pay attention to the people in our life that they reach that stage and they're gone off the bend and we have no clue? How have we gotten to that stage? How? Did we stop paying attention to what's right in front of our faces? That we are so glued to what's going on around us in this world of social media that we're not paying attention to our damn children? Miss Ferguson just made a point. Call, I'm coming to you. She says speaking with a child and speaking to a child is different. As parents, we must speak with our children and not to our children. She couldn't have said it clearer. Most of us speak to our children. We stay at a distance and we tell them what we have on our mind. We don't speak with our children. When we speak with our children, we get answers. We get to know what they're thinking. We find ways to reach them so that we can help them. You ever hear somebody tell you, don't speak to me, speak with me, or don't speak at me? Because when you do that, you're condescending, you're looking down at your children. You're not making them feel that they're comfortable enough to speak to you and say what is on their mind. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, CJ. Drumstick.
I know.
Ken was so right. Over one over joy, whatever she said. Because I just do the same thing with my children. And all my children get big now. And if I see they having something and they're looking that right, and tell them about it. Tell them, well, I say, how do you say, how this person shot on you? So she say, Mommy, I buy the dress once and look at her weight and she cannot string. I say, well, give away the dress or give somebody, I do legs and things showing and chest outside and I don't like this thing at all. If I know this friend have an armless clothes and they have to go anywhere to say, but once it's church thing or anything, I say put on something over it to cover yourself. You can't be walking the road anyhow and going to church anyhow, or your chest outside, your arm outside and all kind of thing like that. Ken was so right. She's so right.
Yes, she is. She is.
You're so right.
Thanks much.
Sometimes you are big, you sit down there and all kind of thing running through your mind and telling you, do this, do that. But is the devil that you walk up the devil?
Yes,
you
yes.
have to look up in the sky and think twice before you do this thing again. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you so much. This one is very, very touching for me this morning.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye. I think there are things that we can do as parents. As much as we talk about, we have social workers, we have different groups, parents, this is my thing to you this morning. You may not take it, but I'm still going to say it. There are a lot of us as parents, young parents, and that have young children. We have teenage children that are going to school. We have all different age group of children. I know it's going to be a tough thing maybe, but see if you can form a group, especially the young mothers. Find a group or develop a group that you all can sit maybe once a week or so and talk to each other as to what is going on in your lives or in the lives of your children. What you find, you see differently going on with your children. Each of you may have a different issue that is going on in the life of you and your children. But if you come together and you talk about it, each one may have a different outlook on it. You may learn a thing or two that you would be able to talk to your children about. I think I have a call. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Clifford. How are you?
And good morning to the rest of Grenada. I was well taken when I heard Kenro talk about having meetings with your children. Because I do have meetings with your children. And I think every family should have meetings with their children. But I can tell you, some of it is tough. Some of the meetings don't get anywhere because the children don't want to listen to anything that parents could tell them that is better than what they know. And I have a tough time in having meetings with my children. But I've never stopped doing it, and I have been doing it for years. Meetings with children is very good.
Mm-hmm.
I will the family. I have family meetings, so sometimes we have hook up from the different families away and have meetings, and it is good. Try to keep the family together. But again, as I said, some are tough. You have some real tough decisions to make, and at times you don't get the cooperation from the children.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not pretending that you don't get cooperation a lot of times from the children. When it comes to helping to finance the home, you have a problem. When it comes to helping to do domestical things, you have a problem. And everybody wants to do things their own way. And it's tough. It's tough. But I'm glad to know that Kenro accepted that she have meetings with her children. And I know of a lot of parents that have meetings with their children. I too have meetings with their children, as I said. But again, sometimes I need a help how to get a message across to them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I'm not pretending. Sometimes we need a help how to get a message across. Yeah. Especially when children believe that they have it all and they know it all.
Well, Clifford, there comes a time in the children when they reach a certain age. All the years that you have been guiding them and doing everything for them, they didn't realize that you was the same parent that was doing it. When they reach at a certain age and they could handle themselves, or whatever you're saying is not right, it's old-fashioned, it's decent, but it's the old-fashioned things that cause you to be who you are today and what make you man or woman.
Sister, I am supposed to have 6 children living. I have one daughter died when she was 11 years. And I have 6 children living. And I've opened the same condition. Fortunately or unfortunately, they have different mothers. I have children, 3 different persons.
Mm-hmm.
And I have opened the same condition for every child. I didn't leave out one. And I didn't wait on the child is a child law. I give every child the opportunity to own a piece of land. And do you know you're still having the problem where some is not making use of it?
Mm-hmm. You cannot make your children do things when they reach a certain age. You have to respect what their opinion and stuff like that at the same time. But you know what you did it for their benefit and for their best. But there's not every time you'll get them to do what you want to do. But all I keep saying to parents, keep talking to your children. Keep talking.
I have never stopped talking.
And keep it.
They get vexed with me sometimes when I say about a meeting. They get vexed, but I never stop.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. And that's the thing. We have to keep talking. We cannot stop. Because I know of children. I have friends, and they have children. And sometimes you're talking to them, and they pretend that they didn't even hear squat what you said. Because they don't react. They don't do anything. But something happens, and they can say, well, my mom did say this, and you did say that, and you wonder what? Did they really hear when I said that? So in other words, to keep your children and not lose them, keep talking. They may think that you're miserable and you're only talking, but you're talking for a reason. Because sooner or later, you get the result from what you're talking about. Good morning.
Hi, morning.
Morning.
Yeah, miss, let me tell you something. Now, you have, as people say, God make you all different people on earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
All different people. I have some children there. Since they're small, I grow them in church. I never go out to say to go and buy no clothes with the body outside.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 girls. Now they get big. When I see the body outside today, I just said to them, I never do that to you. You believe in old-time thing, that long ago thing, and so they just get on with me.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to them, you only talking negative thing. I have a last Sunday. When I talking to him, me not a mother to him. I this to him, I that to him. He's the worst woman out, that last son in mine. After trying my best with them, I have a grandson there, 16 years. He walk out inside here. He go where he wants. So then when I said to him, where you going? Oh, I'm going in Grenville. I go in this carnival Tuesday. He walk out on about 7 last year. He walking out. I said, where you going? I'm going to Grenville. I said, well, everybody home, stay home. He don't study. When he come back about after 1 in the morning, 16 years, he come back after 1 in the morning. He come knocking the car. He said to him, when you come back, don't call me, I don't open the door for you. But when I there, when the door outside, then I can't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I lie down there. When I there, everything I hear, passing, I peeping. Yeah, certain time I don't hear no bus passing. I can't sleep. I have my Bible and my phone. I pick up my Bible, my phone, I open it, I start reading, I start playing gospel. But my ears there. Then I'll knock here listening. When I didn't know, I hear he knocking the door. As he knock the door, I call him. I say, look in a book there, you go see a key. You can't see the key. I have to get up because I vexed. I started opening the door. But I get up and I still open the door for him. So that is children today. You know, he had children with good mind. And he had children that don't listen parents at all because I try my best with this last son in mind. Today you calling me all kind of name. You don't talking to me. If somebody asks him about me, I don't business with that. That's not my business. Don't call my name with her or whatever I getting on with. So I just tell them, ask him what he do. That's why he do business with me. So I try my best with my children, but I don't still pray for them.
Of course.
I don't still ask God for guidance because he works all hour in the night, all hour in the morning. And I don't still say, Jesus, guide him, protect him. Each and every footstep he make, we make it behind him. I just pray for my children. Yeah, time when I used to tell them like to go in the bedroom to pray, one turn and tell me, every time pray, pray, pray. Every time pray, pray, pray. But you still have to pray for them. You still have to ask God for protection for them. So my children today, I don't say they are fight out, and the more you fight out with your children, the more some of them, they don't have no love for you. But I love all my children. I have 5 children. I love all my children in spite of not all doing me anything, because I have one day he bad for me than anything else. My first one bad for me, but you see, well, the one before the last and the last, well, I don't know if she was crazy, but like she started to catch up herself. But the last one is a boy. Oh, me not him mother. Me is this, me is that. He don't business with me. He don't this. What I go do? But I still praying for him.
Yep, you have to.
Yeah, so it's not all children is the same. You know, you have different children. Children, they mind make them do things in spite of what you're going to do, what you're going to say to them. But it's just the mind.
Yep. Thank you
it's
so
the
much.
mind.
Yep,
You think
yes.
if they want to look, my grandson inside here, right? Well, he do his CXC, he get everything, right? He get
Congratulations.
He get everything.
Yeah.
Right, I'm trying with him, but sometimes when I talk to him, and I say, boy, right now, I don't, my mind is, if I jail, I jail. If I jail, I jail. And so he does get an insider with me, but I still love him.
Like I said, all you
And
have
I
to
still
do,
praying for him.
all you have to do is keep talking. Don't give up.
I'm talking, but I'm negative, but I'm talking until.
You may not realize that they're listening, and later on you're gonna see the fruit of it. Keep talking.
I'm talking still. I keep on talking and talking until when God say, well, amen, I can't talk anymore.
There you
but
go.
I will still keep talking.
Thank you.
Yes, have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Right.
You know, when I came into the studio this morning, there was a gospel song that was playing that says, please do not remove prayer from the schools. And I heard it and I'm like, And this could be the problem, one of the problems that we are having. It's not only in the school, it's also in our household. If we do not teach our children to pray, or we do not pray with our children, that could be the effect of what we are having now. Because we have lost the spirituality that most of us grew up with. Who of us grew up, whether we were Catholics, Anglican, Adventists, whatever, which one of us grew up in a household where in our day and age that we didn't have to go to church? Even though we go when we didn't want to, we are forced to go. We went. Now we have lost that. We do not have anything. Most households do not even pray or teach their children how to pray. And there are things that we need to pray for. And we need to say thank God for. We need to thank Jehovah for supplication, for the night that we had, the food that we eat, and everything that we have, we didn't get it on our own. So when we alleviate that from our midst, this is what we have. This is what we are working with, and this is what we get. When I say talk to your children, I don't mean only talk to them by saying, oh, don't do this and do that. Talk to them about the God that have us existing here. Talk to them about Him. Because we may think that we're putting a fear in our children by telling them what could happen to them if we don't have any spirituality in us. But it's a reality. Because some things we may want to do in our lives, and we think about it. Before doing it, we'll think hard, we'll think twice. Now we see that children have no fear about anything. They play the video games, the Need for Speed, Mortal Kombat, and all this kind of thing. Do you see how desensitized they have become? They are not afraid to take somebody's life. They're not afraid to tell their mother, don't call the F and name and this one, and tell the mother all kind of wrong things. They're not afraid. They lost respect in every field. And not all parents are accepting it. Some of us as parents have become afraid of our children. We cannot say squat to them. But guess what? We started that. We did not bend it while we were young, while they were young. We let them continue and thinking that when they reach at the age of 10, we'll be able to straighten them out. We let them think that dressing together with me to go to a party and wearing the same clothes, when they reach the age of 16, you'll be able to stop them. We decide that we're going to let our boys run willy-nilly all over the place. And when they reach a certain age, we'll be able to tell them that what they're doing is wrong. We have to start right at the core of it, right at the beginning. I always say that children, babies are little psychologists. And it starts right from your inside of your stomach, right until they come out of it and everything like that. When you have a child is born, and that child, which is like they cry, and you pick them up, and you snuggle with them, and you keep them warm and everything like that. They don't cry because they're in that safe zone. They feel good. You put them back down, and they cry. And they realize that every time they cry and they make a fuss, mommy flies to the crib or fly on the bed and pick them up, and daddy flies and they pick them up. You think they do not know that if I cry, I get picked up and I get sang to and everything, so I'll always cry so that somebody's going to pick me up? They start at that early age. That's why the Bible says, bend the tree when it's young. And teach your children the ways of God so that they will have a fear for him. But we don't have that anymore. We lose that. And that's one of the reasons why we have that high rate of suicide, because children do not know who to turn to. They don't even know if they should pray to somebody when they have a problem. They don't know. They lose everything. So as Kenro says, and Clifford, and that last lady that called, and everybody that calls and talk about praying, speaking to your children, teach them about God. As Miss Marilyn Ferguson says, speak with your children, not to your children. We will see a difference, and we still have hope. We could make it. We cannot give up. We can't. It says, the complications of suicide. Suicidal thoughts and attempted suicide take an emotional toll. For instance, you may be so consumed by suicidal thoughts that you can't function in your daily life. And while many attempt suicides are impulsive acts during a moment of crisis, they can leave you with permanent, serious, or severe injuries, such as organ failure or brain damage. For those left behind after a suicide or attempted suicide, people known as survivors of suicide, grief, anger, depression, and guilt are common. I've seen, I was going to the subway, I was on the subway one day. I was taking my daughter to the doctor. She was about 5 months old. I had her on a pouch in front of me, carrying her like that. And on the platform, the train was coming, and I saw that man standing on the platform. The train came by. I didn't pay attention at the time because I was paying attention to get on the train. And then the train stopped, all the lights went off on the platform. Then you know, something is not right. They then came down and asked everybody to leave the platform and go upstairs, on the other platform upstairs, the upper floor. The man that I saw standing at the front of the platform jumped in front of the train. He was about to commit suicide. So he jumped. The bad thing about it, he did not die. Because he jumped at the wrong spot. There's a spot that you have to jump on when the train is coming, that if you want to go, you go in. You jump in on that spot. But he jumped when the train was slowing down. So the impact did not kill him. When he came up, when they took him up from the platform of the train and he came up, he did not have his 2 legs. He was amputated on the track. That never left you see, I could tell you, but that never left me. Because I've seen the devastation. I've seen the man standing there with his 2 legs, and when he came up, he was missing it too. And I'm sure to himself, he must be saying, look at me, I have no legs. But he's grieving for the legs that he lost. He's depressed. He's angry. Because his life is not the same and it will never be the same. So not only the people, that the family that grieves or feel the impact when people commit suicide or attempt suicide and they leave. People like me suffers too. Because I've seen it. And it's not pretty. And that's why I'm saying to parents, form a group, the young ones, the younger parent. Form a group of you. It could be 5, 6. Talk to each other. Talk about things that affects you mentally. Not everybody has the same thoughts. Each of you have a different thought, and when you come together to talk about it, you can make an impact in each other's life, and you'll be able to make an impact in your child's life. Because if you don't talk, they would not talk. Because you're not talking to them in the first place, or you're not talking with them. You talk to them only when they do something wrong. They hear your voice. Use your voice to speak to them for positive as well as negative things. The negative you can spin into positive to make them know that they can do things differently. It doesn't always have to be bad. You can switch the bad and make it good. Like the caller said this morning, think positive things, think good things. Think about how you can love yourself more than anybody would love you. Think about all that. You like music? Play your music. Sing as though nobody's listening. Dance as though nobody's watching. If this is what makes you happy, then by all means, create your happiness. Do your happy dance. If you love to read, reading soothes your soul, read. If you like to exercise, you exercise. I exercise, because I know what it does for me. I listen to music. I dance as though nobody watching because I don't care. I sing on the top of my voice when I'm home and I'm cleaning and I sing like a fool. I'm okay with that. And if you pass and you hear me sing and you think that I'm crazy, yes, let me be my happy crazy. But these are things that work for me. You have to find your niche. You have to find what works for you and do it. Because no one else is going to do it for you. And your children. You have to be there for you first and then be there for your children. Because if there is no you, then you cannot have anything coming out of your children. I know of a young kid, as a young guy, as I said. He tried committing suicide twice. Fortunately for him, one of his family members found him both times. The third time, they couldn't save him. He succeeded. And that is why I am so concerned about that young lady that tried to kill herself yesterday. If she doesn't get the help that she needs, she will try it again. If whatever is bothering her is not being sought out, she's going to try it again. And we cannot be with them 24/7. We cannot. We have to instill in them what it's like to have life, to be good to ourselves, and to make the best of life that we have. I'll take a commercial break.
Oasis Pet and Garden, located in Westerhall, St. David's, has supplies for all your pets, fish, cats, dogs, and bird supplies, including bird food, cages, shampoos, soaps, and much more. Also available are agricultural products such as rat poisons, fertilizers, garden sprinklers, insecticides, and vegetable seeds. Wholesale prices available on selected items. Open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thinking about your pet or garden? Give us a call. Contact 403-7379 or 437-3532. Email oasisgrenada1@gmail.com. Oasis Pet and Garden, a home for farmers.
Now you see, when people listen to the radio and they listen to the program, you can call and get corrected. Now I have to apologize. The incident with the young lady at Telescope took place on Sunday. We got to hear about it yesterday. So it was on Sunday, not yesterday, but yesterday we at Real FM heard about it. So I thought it was yesterday morning, but it was Sunday. So my apologies for that. But continuing, if we do not, and I keep stressing, if we do not talk with our children, if we do not pray with our children, if we do not let our children know how much they are loved by us as parents or the guardians, whoever looks after them, if we do not do that, we are going down a slippery slope and we are going fast. We need to save the lives of our young children. They are the future of this world that we live in. We need to save them. And if we don't, a lot of blame will be going around as to who caused it and what caused it and so. Before it reached that way, before it become a reactive thing, make it a proactive one. Do it, stop it before it happens. Talk to your children. And we see it's the female version that commits the suicide or attempts suicide more than men. So mothers, fathers, they're single parent as a father, they're single parent as a mother. You have girls that you're looking after, whether you're a girl dad, speak to them. Speak to your children. Let them know that all is going to be well. As Rolana said, life is not a bed of roses. There are thorns along the way, but we can use that thorn to make us stronger. Let's not continue to lose our children, the nation's children, the nation's property. They are not only ours. They belong to the nation because they are the future of tomorrow. It is 3 minutes to 10 o'clock. At 10, we'll be going for news. If somebody has a comment to make and they want to call for just a minute to make the point, go ahead. You have 2 minutes to do so. It was a very, very touchy thing for me to do this morning. And I know it's a touchy program, a subject for a lot of people because we know, like you and I know, there are a lot of people that go through depression, anxiety, and everything that would cause us to go the way that this little young lady did. But I'm saying, do not stop talking, and we as the nation people pay attention to what's going on around us. We might be able to save a life. It may not be our child own, but it could be somebody else's child. And it could be our own child, because if we are not paying attention to what's going on in our children's life, we could lose them just the same. We could be the one crying tomorrow because we lose our child, we lose our daughter, we lose our son. All I'm saying, keep praying, ask God for guidance. We lost that. Bring it back into our household. Bring it back into our life. Pray and pray with your children. Teach them how to pray. Teach them how to ask for things. Teach them how to thank God for the things that they have. And teach them to be content with what they have. Because a lot of the things that are going on these days is because they are not content. They want things that they can't have. And when they can't have it, they go the other way. I close by saying, we all have to learn to be kind to one another, because kind people are the best kind of people. Take care of your children. Be kind to them. They will in turn be kind to you. Next week we'll have another topic for Mental Health Tuesday. I'll try to find someone. If I don't, then I'll have another topic that I'd like to talk about, and it's going to be very powerful. So listen up. Goodbye, take care, and talk to you soon.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.